Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the Billing Off-Road Show 2022. It was a brilliant event to attend. We're looking back at it about 6 months later. We'll be looking at all aspects of the show, so if you didn't make it, this is for you, but also maybe you were there and just want to reflect on a great show. We've got it all. Let's check it out. For the last 2 years, I've found that Billing, for me, kicks off the season. It's great to see everybody again. It really feels like summer has started, and also get to hang out with some of the ORE lot. Here's our setup, me and Scout right at the front of the ORE stall, but we'll check that out later. As you can see, we are right next to the arena where the challenge trucks are going around all day. Unfortunately, it was a bit dusty, but it's fun to watch them. I've not actually been in one of the challenge trucks at Billing yet, but it does look fun. That's one aspect of the show. You've got the brands bringing brand new products, as well as the second-hand stalls trading with people. The campsites that are spread all around the site. Here it looks quite small, but actually when you're there you know it's a lot bigger than this. And you also have the off-road course. Thankfully I managed to take the GoPro around. Zach joined me from Scout the Defender and we had a bit of a blast. I really feel that Billing is a nice mix of commercial and sort of family and fun feel. It's more like a camping event rather than just a selling show. I enjoy it just because it feels a bit more rustic and there's a lot of stuff to see. Here you've got Graham's truck. It's a great build and it was really kitted out very well on the inside. It's great seeing that. I love bushcraft gear and outdoor clothing, so there's plenty of that to see, which is always fantastic. As I said before, always good to see some familiar faces around the site. You can always see Luke from Loft Clutches from anywhere around the site as he's got his massive tent, but good to see some of his products on show. I've actually got a brake install video coming up soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I remember a few years ago in lockdown watching lots of videos of these shows around the year and lusting to go, but it's quite interesting because you don't quite get the scale. I would say that you definitely want to go for a weekend. Make sure you pace yourself out and leave some stuff to do on the second day. For me, it really is about familiar faces. It's always good to see the Land Trekker stall with Geth and Emilio showing their trucks off. It's not so much about buying things there, but it's also just having a great time with people that you know. The amount of vehicle variety on show is pretty huge. You go from series to brand new off-roaders, as well as this aerial off-roader on the Goodwinch stall. Sam and the Juice Gang obviously causing havoc everywhere they go, but good to see these guys. Land Rover Monthly organise a sort of stage show that goes on throughout the day with a show and tell. Chris was up on the stall with Ian from IRB and they were chatting about his truck. So while we're there, let's take a look at the ORE stall. As you can see, we had the roof tents on for the first show. It was great to finally show them off after having a few nights in them before the show. Zach actually made a YouTube video of Billing 22 just a few days after the show, unlike me 6 months after. Go and check that out, but maybe after you've watched this one. It's nice to have your Pride and Joy parked up outside the stall there, showing off all the bits of the kit. You work hard to make them look good, and it's nice to have people appreciate them and come look and ask you questions all day. Chris's new grey 110 was there on the show stand. It was built in record time and featured, as you can see, in Land Rover Monthly. That's a great truck. Showcasing the new cargo system in the back here, and it just looks brilliant. I've got a few panels in mind, but not quite to this extent. As well as the products that you know and love from ORE, usually they put out brand new things and usually do a product launch, like these two new wing top protectors that I've got on Boris now, and some of these grill kits. It's good to come to the show to see the ORE store because they usually have new products there. One of the special things about Billing is that it is all on one site. As you can see, just down the road you find the off-road course. Fun for every type of vehicle and skill level. You can go around the hard obstacles or enjoy them if you're more experienced. I think it's a great way to get into it and I really enjoy it every time I go around. Zach came with me in Boris and brought his camera for the off-road course. I thought I'd show him a bit of what Boris is up to. As I'm sure you're aware, as well as being a camper van, Boris is no show pony, so it's good to throw it around a bit on the off-road course, and we both had a good bit of fun. So here's one of my favourite parts of the course, the V-Gully water crossing. As you can see, it's got a steep entry and exit. If you've done it, you know you need a little bit of power and a four-wheel drive to get out of it. Some people fail along the way. This year it was a bit lower, the water, so a snorkel wasn't necessary, but definitely giving a bit of oomph as you leave was a good idea. Just after this V-Gully, you are down a little stretch of road into this water crossing. It's a bit longer, and with a rocky base, you've got a few spectators behind you to watch. As you can see, people might get splashed. I gave them a bit of a show. The cameras never do justice for the terrain, how steep it is or how gnarly it really is. So let's take inside the cabin with Zach's angle.
Oh, fuck yeah.
When I take someone around the off-road course, I'd like to show them a bit of fun, but maybe not scare them from off-roading ever again. Not sure that always goes to plan, but nevertheless it is good fun. As you can see here, the other water crossing is the edge of the lake run. From up above you can really see how you are literally on the edge of a lake. It does look quite daunting. Thankfully you have these sticks to follow on the left, and it is quite hard based, so you're not going to get stuck. Even if you do get stuck, there are guides to help you and they can pull you out and give you a hand. The terrain really does mix it up. This is a technical section where you do have to do a bit of reversing to try and fit it all through, and try not to knock any wing mirrors off. After that excitement, it's time to head back to the showground, so we headed back to the ORE stall, parked up and carried on with our day. You can make the show anything you want it to be. Here's the campsite with a few friends. I joined them for one evening and it was nice to just sit down by the fire. It's a lovely, lovely sunset and it was great to get a few drinks in with everybody. As you know, the atmosphere around the fire is unbeatable. I had a great evening seeing everybody again, but everything must come to an end and it was time to head to bed. Waking up in a roof tent in the middle of summer surrounded by friends is a great feeling, especially when there's birdsong. Sorry, did I say birdsong? I meant V8s. Never mind. The Sunday always has more of a relaxed vibe after a long day before. People like to chill out, check the stalls and actually spend some money. With a good mix between auto jumbles and brand new products, there's a plethora of stuff for people to buy, and even if you don't need something, you'll always come away with a surprise. Ed Cobley in his racing orange double cab heading out to the track, always great to see him rip around. As great as it is to see the challenge trucks blast around all day, unfortunately it chucked up so much dust, everything got covered and it was a bit of a downer, so hopefully next time they can sort that out. Dan and Laura always bring a great setup. It's great to see their exhaust systems and nice to bump into them too. It was actually a show where I fell in love with their systems and now have my own, so it's great to visit them. And they actually have my photo on the wall, which is quite nice. Alongside Demand, you may see a familiar truck there. Sometimes it's actually surprising to see it at the shows because usually he breaks down on the way there. Fully kitted out for adventure and off-roading, this rig really does stick out. Covered in stickers, it's a spectacle for anyone new or anyone who's seen it before. Nice to have some official celebrities around. Fortunately I didn't get his signature. And talking of celebrities, you've got Frida and Leo from Somewhere Wilder up on the stall. Great to hear from them too. In Billing 2021, one of the things that really stuck out to me was the Pursuit fire pit and grill. This time I spoke to Jack and Tom and came away with one. I'm super happy with it. Walking around the club stands is where you really get to see the nitty and gritty. Covered in mud, polished, whatever state it's in, everyone loves their truck and really likes to show it off. I have to say I've got a soft spot for a blue Series 2 with the lights by the grille like this one. This could have been my favourite truck of the show. Ben and Pete showing up with their dirty trucks looking great on their stall. Pete and I were actually at a local show because we live nearby, and his truck got first and Boris got second in the local show for modifying Land Rovers. Good fun. Before you know it, the show starts drawing to a close and everyone begins to pack up, head to their cars and get ready for the journey home. I personally would say it's a good length of show, but maybe next time I might organise a laning trip for afterwards just to extend it out and have some more fun with friends. Generally, all in all, I think it's a great show, a good feeling, not too commercial, and everyone seems to enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It was really great to look back at 2022, and I'm very looking forward to 2023. I'll see you in the next one.